Hey guys, Rick Marks here. Wanted to discuss just some generalized topical points on this video around a person who's, I guess, in command or a manager, leader, term it what you will. And some of the key points that I've noticed and observed over time that I guess make or break a great leader. So one of the key points is to have a thorough knowledge of the employees under them. I've seen in many companies, obviously, your exec only sees so much, and then it just becomes white noise. As much as every CEO comes in and goes, I want to know everyone, I want to know all that, there's not enough time in a day for them to have that granularity. But the biggest challenge, I guess, is to understand the groups of people and what they do. Whether that is down to a job title or a job description. So what do your systems engineers do? Or on that contract, what does that group of individuals do? And then understanding what are their challenges? What are their ongoing battles? Where are their wins? How can I make it better for them? I find that more often than not, the higher up, they just sort of give this feeling more often than not that they just don't care. It's low on their agenda, and unless it's making money for them, they just don't care. And as I've said numerous times, you've got money and you've got something else, and what ends up happening is that culture that wants to do a good job, that wants to make your company look amazing, drops because they're only there for money now, and then eventually they won't even want to be around for the money. I saw a really good meme the other day, and it said, employees don't leave companies, employees leave management. And that really made me scratch my head, because in Canberra here we have a lot of the big companies in tech, and they all cycle the government contracts around, and they all take a turn on providing IT services into different departments and whatnot. I've heard some that, some techs will say, I'll never work for that company ever again. Really, it's not the company. Sometimes it comes down to the company methodology and model, and that's slightly different. But in majority of instances, people leave a company because of the manager, or because of the leadership, or because, it's not working for them. It doesn't align with their ethos, their personal beliefs, etc. So I thought that was quite an interesting one. When you start seeing exoduses, are they leaving because of you as a manager or a leader? Are they leaving because higher up management, there's been a change in org structure, a new CEO's come in and shaken it all up? All these things often are why people go, I'm not getting what I need, I'm not having that fulfillment anymore here, I'm not having that challenge. The need to eliminate the incompetent is what a person in command needs to be able to do. Understanding, I guess, from the Dare to Lead training that I did, it's likened to a rock. That employee that's a rock, are they just in the wrong pond? And one of the questions that was placed was, if you're giving your 100% as an employee, as a manager, and they're not delivering that, am I wrong or are they wrong? If I then have to put them on a performance plan, for instance, is that wrong or is that right? If they're doing 100%, and I guess my revelation in that training seminar was, they can be doing 100%, but they're doing 100% of the wrong job. And that's fine. You just need to realign where they need to sit and what they need to do in order for their 100% to provide your business or your company with 100%. So that was interesting, just that realignment there. So the third sort of point was to be well versed in the agreements binding the business and its employees. I've worked for a lot of managers that have no idea, I guess, in regards to basic legalities, I guess. The way they've managed has borderlined, and I guess that's the difference, I suppose, is more ethics versus legalities, and understanding that ethically there's a lot of stuff that gets done that there's a way you could have gone about it which would have not made someone feel rubbish, I guess is the black and white of it. They need to set a good example. They need to conduct periodic audits of the organisation and use summarised charts to further this review. So I've worked for groups where the CEO had no idea what was really happening at the front door of the company, and that is a huge red flag, because as any main leader or a senior executive or a CEO or anywhere high up in there, it comes back to the worker bees and having that mindset of your company is only as good as those frontline workers. And I've managed a lot of different tech teams off the service desk and higher up, and they often look down on the service desk, for instance. And reality is that service desk is the front door. That service desk is that first impression of the company. That service desk, if it's improved and made really well, makes everything else smooth and harmonious. So don't downplay those smaller positions or people within the organisation. Everyone has its purpose and everyone has its place. And with all working harmoniously and not looking at each other going, well, you're only a service desk analyst, or you're only a, it helps you to get a little bit more understanding. So a lot of companies just don't see what's happening at that front line, and that can be deteriorating, which then leads to essentially destroy your whole company's reputation in the long run publicly, because those people are not doing a great job anymore, and they don't have the tools, they don't have the ability, they don't have the strengths that you as the CEO, you as the senior management have the power to provide the training, the knowledge, the resources to make them equipped to do the job better, to make your makeup, your face, whatever you want to call it, appeal better to the public. I think a lot of the time management get engrossed in the detail rather than, again, delegating and kind of seeing it from a bird's eye view. So they get too down in the weeds, and then they don't actually see the big picture. They don't actually understand that you're heading for a cliff, because if you were higher up on your view, you would see the cliff coming up and you'd be able to plan and prepare for that to save you dropping off. Aim at making unity, energy, initiative and loyalty. So I think a lot of the time it comes to that retention management and stuff. We need to retain our staff, we need to keep people, let's give them retention bonuses. And really this is just throwing money. And like I've said, once they lose that other purpose, that other reason to show up, you can throw as much money as you want at them and they will take it, no doubt. They'll be happy to accept whatever, but they're not actually really buying in more. They're not wanting to anchor more into the program, the project, the company. They will still be a flight risk. So money is not always the thing, and I think companies often need to pivot that thinking, and like I've said before, do some training, but don't just do blind training. Train with a purpose, train with a plan of how you're going to get them to buy back into the company. So you get them to do the course, then they return, they upskill the staff, and that retains, because people get invested in, they feel like you actually want them there. You want to make them a better person, a better technician, a better part of the team. It's more than money on the end of the day. Yes, it adds value to them. Yes, all those other components, but it makes them actually have a purpose. And I guess that's that main core component, is you want to give your staff purpose. You want to create that culture. You want to make it so that there's not infighting and whatnot. Hopefully you found that good. If you like these videos, hit the subscribe, thumbs up, chuck something in the comments and I'll respond to it. Let's spark a debate, let's have a conversation around it. And yeah, if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified of when these updates come out, and you can watch more of my video series. Thanks for watching, and you'll see me on the next one. Thanks, bye.